Hello everybody, it's your boy WEEZYFMAMBA and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you guys once again so much for being here. We really appreciate it. On today's video, ladies and gentlemen, we are continuing the segment that we have been doing for the last multiple weeks of ranking a tier list video, ranking a horror franchise in a form of a tier list video. We have done major franchises such as Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Saw, and so on and so forth. We just did the Child's Play series last week, and second place on that poll that we did was the Final Destination series. And since the new Final Destination 6 film is coming out very soon, we decided that we weren't going to do a poll this week and that we were just going to jump straight in to the Final Destination franchise tier list. Okay, and give me just a second here. I got an air bubble. Final Destination series tier list. Okay, and this is probably the most fresh in my brain because right after surgery on my wrist, I just rewatched all 5 of the Final Destination films simply to get prepped and ready for Final Destination 6, which it looks fucking incredible. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, go and check it out on YouTube. It looks so good. Without further ado, let's pop on over and rank the Final Destination series. Why not get right into it? Pretty simple. 5 films. This is a nice, small tier list, I guess, franchise to make it a little bit easier, a little bit shorter video. How we always do these is we start with the latest entry and then we go all the way back to the original. And with that being said, let's pop off. First things first, Final Destination 5. God, these fucking ads, man. Final Destination 5. This was a comeback, dude, a major comeback to the series because there was multiple years, right? I think the first one came out in like 2000. And then we had, you know, Final Destination 1, 2, and 3 pretty much within a 4, 5, 6 year span, something like that. And then we took a, was it a 3-year break or a 5-year break for Final Destination 4? And then we had a massive break until 5. I don't know. I don't remember the release dates. I just know that we had a little bit of time there where we were like, wow, this is the Final Destination. This is how it went out and yada, yada, yada. So let's go. We start with Final Destination 5. Like I said, this film brought it back, dude, because it was dead in the waters with 4. And it really came into play here. 4 or 5 was a great film. One of the most iconic deaths in the series was in Final Destination 5. This is going in A tier. It's not quite the upper echelon of the series, which you'll see here shortly. But it's A tier for sure. And simply because the 3D aspect was way toned down, but it was so bad in 4 that it really made it like, yo, anything can be better than this film. FD5, one of the most iconic kills in the series, as you know, the gymnastics scene. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Shock, horror shock. The tense buildup that it had throughout the film, bringing Todd back and having the options for, you know, moving forward in the series. Like I said, the characters were likable in this one, even though we all know what happens to everybody. Just great kills all around. And like I said, that gymnastics scene is easily top 3 for the best kills in the entire series. Okay. Moving on to the dumpster fire. And we're talking Tubi style film, dude. A student at film school could have made a better film than Final Destination 4, aka The Final Destination. This was so bad. Remember, this was a massive break between 4 and 5, simply because it was labeled The Final Destination. We all know how that goes. Look at Friday the 13th, the final chapter. we all thought Jason's dead. We're moving on. This was the same scenario. We thought that death had finally won because this film was so god awful that it, like I said, felt like it was made for the Sci-Fi Channel or fucking Tubi. You know what I mean? Horrible kills. The car premonition was the weakest of the first of the bunch, like the first official massive premonition. The racetrack, terrible. The CGI, guys, I can't even begin to explain how poor a 2000, I'm gonna call 2009, I think, late 2000s films CGI looks. I'm telling you, it is Sci-Fi Channel style fucking CGI. It's terrible. The 3D aspect, once again, we finally get into 3D. 3D is fucking lame, y'all. That's all I gotta say about it. I hope you guys agree, or at least some of you agree with me. But I think the hypeness of a 3D film is fucking trash. Just get it out of here, dude. Unlikable characters. The acting, oh my god, don't even get me started on the acting. Worst cast by far. No offense. But trust me, skip this. The kills are whack, the characters suck, the CGI's trash, and the premonition's trash. Dumpster fire, okay? Dumpster fire. Moving on to the third installment in the series. Ah, man. This is where we're going to have a little bit of tough. Final Destination 3's Premonition is by far the best one. The original Premonition, the first Premonition that we get of the roller coaster scene, creating the fear. It has the best kill in the series, hands down, is Final Destination 3. We do have an absolute star-studded cast. These are casts that have been in previous horror films. You know their names. You've seen them before. Previous films in general. Great music. The fucking pace of this film is unlike any of the other ones. There's hardly any downtime of just really shitty dialogue and just, filler. This movie is action-packed from the jump. Final Destination 3 arguably is the best in the series. I'm going to make my decision here shortly because this is where it kind of gets iffy. all the next films are going to be fantastic. So that's kind of how it goes. FD3, best kill in the series. If you know, you know, the tanning bed. Okay? The tanning bed. Characters likable. God, the kills were so shocking too. The nail gun, the fireworks, you know what I mean? Just all of it in general. This film was really well made. This is where I have my trouble here. We know that for me, Final Destination 1 is going to be the least of the S tiers, but it is still S tier simply because it's the OG. It has Devon Sawa in it. And Sean William Scott, great, likable, lovable characters, starting it all. But I really don't know if I'm moving this up or this down. But Final Destination 2 arguably has the most iconic kill. Not the best, but the one that everybody talks about. The one that has made it to TikTok. The one that you guys see every time someone takes a picture on the highway and makes a fucking Snapchat or a meme out of it. It's the log. The original premonition of Final Destination 2 was the second best premonition, in my opinion, behind the roller coaster in part 3. But again, Final Destination 2 just has such an iconic scene. A lot of great kills. Tony Todd is fucking awesome. And, you just have this whole scenario of a step up from the original, right? This is the sequel. We are trying to step it up in every way possible, which they did. And the continued success of the franchise. I am going to put this here. I am going to say that FD3 is the best in the series simply because of the pace. Final Destination 2 still had some parts in it where we had some dumb filler. Again, some unnecessary dialogue. Just get to the fucking kills. This is a goddamn horror movie. This is all we care about is action and guts, right? Pop off. And then obviously the final part of S tier is going to be Final Destination 1 for me, simply because it does one up the, part 5. It's still above A tier. But FD1 started it all. Devon Sawa, one of my favorite actors growing up, not only for Final Destination, but for other films such as like Wild America, If You Know, You Know. And again, just a great series. Obviously, Sean William Scott, American Pie, a comedic actor playing in a horror film, really kind of was a different taste to me. But again, so good. And again, it really put the fear of people flying on airplanes. And fuck, man, that is, if that isn't more, for today, right now, more true today than anything, I don't know what is. But yeah, the original, great kills, likable, lovable characters, probably the best set, the best cast for sure. Again, it didn't time well, I'm sure. I don't think it aged as well as I thought it would, simply because you go back and watch it. Like I literally just watched all 5 of these films last week. You go back and watch it, and it really is, you can tell it is a early 2000s film, if that makes sense. Not that that's a bad thing, but some shit's corny, some shit's cheesy, but it's still really good. Okay, that officially is my tier list for the Final Destination series. Final Destination 6 coming out very soon in the next couple of months, and I cannot wait. In fact, that might, when does Final Destination 6 come out? Is it March or May? Is it March or May? It's called Bloodlines, by the way. May 16th. Okay, so it's not March, it's May. Perfect. Okay, anyways, that's my tier list. Thank you guys once again. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. What are you putting your Final Destination series in? Also, don't forget to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell. That way you guys get notified every time I go live here on YouTube, over on Twitch, and anytime that I bring you brand new horror film franchise content. I love you guys, and we'll catch you on the next video. Have a good day. Peace out.